One opening is 5 million. If she really does what he says, she will at least accompany the strange men for the next 10 years with wine and KTV for nothing. Isn't this like killing me? She thought in her mind. Seeing Mia not speaking, Charlie said coldly, since you don't agree, then I will directly increase the price for you. I will increase the price to 10 million at the beginning. At that time, Bro Abner and Orville will stare at you together, not earning enough. 10 million, even if it's the King of Heaven, I don't want to save you. I'll give you 3 seconds to think about it. After that, Charlie started the countdown directly. 3, 2, just when Charlie was about to count to 1, Mia no longer dared to bargain. She cried and said, Mr. Wade, I promise, I promise. After that, when thinking of her own destiny, she was about to cry in despair like those girls who were forced to KTV by herself. At this time, Charlie looked at Benjamin, smiled indifferently, and said, Mr. Benjamin, Ms. Mia has already made arrangements here, and it is time for you to arrange a way out. Benjamin secretly thought desperately in his heart. This Mia is so miserable. She must have nothing good to eat. If I don't think of a solution, wouldn't it be the same with my life? Thinking of this, he squatted his head hurriedly and desperately, begging, Mr. Wade, in the future, I am willing to work for you and be a cow and a horse. I only ask you to forgive me this time, please? Charlie waved his hand. Don't tell me it's useless. When you two were embarrassing and entrapping innocent women, why didn't you think of forgiving them once? Speaking of this, Charlie sneered, since Mia is going to KTV to accompany men, then you should go to KTV to be the tortoise. Just like her, when you earn 5 million, only then you will be free. The two of you can be regarded as double staying and double flying, and no one has abandoned anyone, being a turtle? Benjamin's face turned pale when he heard this word. Gui Gong was a man who did groceries in a brothel in ancient times. To put it bluntly, he couldn't even count as the security guard of the nursing home. Generally speaking, the dirtiest, tiring, and most indiscriminate work done by Mr. Tortoise, put in modern KTV, is the role of handing toilet paper to the guests who have washed their hands at the toilet door, which can be said to be in the entire KTV. Thinking of this, Benjamin burst into tears and choked up. Mr. Wade, leave me like a dog by your side. No matter what you order in the future, I won't have any delay. Please don't send me to KTV to become a tortoise. I am also on the road for some time. People on Orus Hill Road know more or less, and KTV is the most frequented by the people I know and worked with. I couldn't face them when I bump into them there. Charlie smiled and said, what are you afraid of? When you become a tortoise in the future, put a small tray next to the KTV sink with a few banknotes in it, and then ask the guests to consume when you hand over tissues. Are you not? Have you ever been mixed up on the road? There are many acquaintances and a lot of friends. Everyone will take care of your business and give you more tips when you see that you are the tortoise. Maybe you make 5 million faster than Mia. Benjamin just wanted to hit his head to death on the concrete floor. He cried desperately in his heart. Think of himself, Benjamin. On Orus Hill Road, he is the #1 person in size and body. Although he is not as good as Bro Abner, it is at least the upper middle tier. Now, let me be the #1 person in KTV to be the tortoise. Wouldn't it be completely reduced to the laughingstock of the entire Orus Hill Road? Besides, when I used to be arrogant and domineering, I made a lot of enemies. If I met this in KTV in the future, and they found me nodding and bowing at the door of the toilet and handing a tissue to a guest, wouldn't I be beaten like a dead dog? Bro Abner saw Benjamin not saying a word for a long time, so he stepped forward and kicked him angrily, and cursed, you dirt. You are a dog who doesn't know how to lift up. Mr. Wade has given you a way to survive. You fucking don't hurry up and thank him. Really wait until you are sent to the kennel to feed the dogs. You fucking cry without tears. When Benjamin heard this, he shivered in shock. Who doesn't know about Orville's dog farm? It is said that there are dozens or even hundreds of fierce purebred fighting dogs. Others say that Orville has thrown his enemies into the kennel to feed the dogs. If he is really sent to the kennel, let alone dead, even a single piece of his body will not escape the trap. Thinking of this, Benjamin was desperate deep in his heart. To be honest, let him be the tortoise. To some extent, it would be better to kill him. But if you really give an option for him to die, he doesn't have the courage to accept such a fate. He choked in his heart and sighed, although the tortoise is ashamed and his life is bleak, it is better to die than to live. You really want to hit me to death here, and I feel terrified in my heart. Moreover, Mr. Wade in front of me is not something I can contend with. Even Orville treats him respectfully. I am a kind of very low stuff, and I can only be regarded as a broken fish in front of him. Now he is willing to spare my life and let me go to KTV to be a turtle father. Now, if I don't respond quickly, if he changes his mind, then I really have to regret it. Therefore, Benjamin quickly choked with gratitude and said, Mr. Wade, thank you for not killing me. I must follow your instructions to be an honest tortoise in KTV, and work hard to make money and return your interest. After finishing speaking, he hurriedly said, By the way, Mr. Wade, give me an account. I will first transfer all the 3 million I have on hand to you, and the remaining 5 million will be given back gradually. Seeing that this guy accepted his punishment, Charlie nodded in satisfaction and said coldly, The money you make is all the hard-earned money pitted from those little girls. It is earned without conscience. If I take your money, it means that I have also become a member of that group exploiting the girls. Benjamin was overjoyed when he heard that Charlie didn't want to take his money. It doesn't matter if you are a turtle father, as long as you can save more than 3 million deposits, you can at least live a well-off life. But before he was happy, Charlie said to Wendy, Wendy, I have a task for you. Wendy has been by the side, watching Charlie move his mouth to determine the future fate of Benjamin and Mia. The respect for him in her heart has reached a point where there is nothing to add, and the look in her eyes is like seeing a god. Now that Charlie said that she was going to give her a task, she was flattered and said excitedly, Brother-in-law, if you have anything you want, Wendy will definitely go all out. Charlie nodded and said, From today, I want you to take over the Shangmei Etiquette Company. You will be responsible for this company. As for the company's shares, let Benjamin transfer all of it to your name today. Ah? Wendy said in surprise, Brother-in-law, you are giving me Shangmei? But I don't know how to run a company.